Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, mysterious voice that we haven't provided context for.
The world waits with bated breath.
Well, except for the title of the episode.
Bated breath.
Well, okay, let's provide the context. This is When Rom Met Com, the podcast where we break down what makes a date movie a great movie. We're currently working our way through Vanity Fair's list of the 42 best romantic comedies of all time to see if they had us at hello or were a big mistake. Huge. I'm Nora. I'm here with Jack.
Hello.
And I am also here with our guest today, Emily Garside. Emily is a writer and an educator and is coming on today to discuss Fire Island with us.
Fire.
Woo!
As well as Fire Island, could you tell us a little bit about your history with rom-coms in general? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, that's like asking me to pick a favorite child. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was raised on rom-coms. I think my mum had a big influence there. I very much am of the When Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail niche of rom-coms. I am awaiting autumn and their arrival with bated breath. But also, because my background is in queer theatre, queer media, I'm very nerdy about queer rom-coms, which is kind of why I'm here. But also the lack of queer rom-coms, which I'm sure we'll talk about as we go through this as well.
Not on this list, though.
No.
So then, Emily, what is your relationship to Fire Island, the film? Not the island, both. Also the island.
I don't have any sordid tales from Fire Island, the place. Alas.
It's not too late.
It's not too late. I saw it, I think, around the time it came out, and I don't think I twigged when I first watched it, the Pride and Prejudice, but just enjoyed it for the fact that it was a queer-led, queer set, and also didn't feel like it was sort of trying to fit all of the rom-com molds. I don't know. I found it really interesting when I first watched it and just remembered it very fondly as a fun romp through Fire Island, shall we say.
It's so interesting, the Pride and Prejudice point, because now I want to know if I would have spotted it if I hadn't known going in.
Yeah, I knew when I first watched it.
Are you an Austen person?
Again, I have to confess that I have never been able to get on board with Jane Austen. I've really tried. But also, I say this, I'm also very much of a Bridget Jones generation of I know that film, I love that film, inside out, back to, and the books. I will say, the more I think on this sort of stuff too, the more I think it is that perhaps some of us who grow up queer don't necessarily click with certain straight romance stories. Just like, I don't care about these women and Mr. Darcy.
I feel like I can't weigh in because I'm Captain Straight Man on this episode. I love what I've read of Jane Austen and the adaptations I've seen. So
Jack's the diversity hire?
Yeah, token straight man.
I love Pride and Prejudice. I came to it via the Keira Knightley 2005 version.
Should be on this list.
It should be, I agree. But then I went back to the book and then back to the BBC adaptation. Love both.
For me, Colin Firth will always be Darcy, but Mark Darcy.
Yeah.
You couldn't pick a better Darcy stand-in than Darcy.
Colin Firth to me feels like a serious actor type who at that point in his career would not have agreed to play that role in Bridget Jones because he had played Mr. Darcy. But the fact that he did makes me like him so much more.
Yeah.
I agree. He becomes more likable as his career goes.
Yes. When he leans into his Mamma Mia gay role, that's when he...
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, I just want to go and dance on a Greek island and be gay again, and I support it.
Two
entirely.
of my favourite moments in the Mamma Mia movies, which I believe Nora has not seen.
Why do you keep calling me out like this?
Because I want to watch the Mamma Mia movies with you.
It's so embarrassing that I haven't seen Mamma Mia, Emily. I have a master's degree in musical theatre.
But I've never seen it on stage either, which seems like equally a failing as a musical theatre person.
I think Group Trip.
Group Trip. Musical, then movie.
Oh my God. And then the sequel.
Definitely.
Yes. Triple feature.
The sequel is better than the first movie.
Ooh. Do you agree, Emily?
I do. And again, not just because I want Colin Firth to continue having his summers in Greece being gay dancing. You just keep making them because they seem to be getting better. And I support it entirely.
Completely. I just want to say my two favorite Colin Firth moments in the Mamma Mia movies because they're not on the list, and I just want to get them off my chest on this movie that doesn't feature Colin Firth. The bit in the first movie where for some reason he suddenly got an Australian accent while singing, and he just goes, because you know I've got so much that I want to do. And then in the second one, it's just the little Titanic moment between him and Stellan Skarsgård on the ferry taking them to the island, and everybody is singing Dancing Queen. Oh my God, what brilliant movies, Nora. You need to see these movies. It's so important.
Yes. Okay, I'm sold.
Captain Straight Man.
Okay, so you're Captain Straight Man. I am the Austin correspondent for this episode. And Emily is the one with the real academic knowledge of queer culture.
Maybe.
Oh.
Enough to write multiple books about it.
True.
What a trifecta we have.
We did this well.
All bases are covered.
So this is our first Austen adaptation, and I think there are 4 on the list.
Oh, wow.
Basically, if there's an enemies to lovers rom-com, it is inspired either by Much Ado About Nothing or Pride and Prejudice.
There's this straightforward adaptation of Emma, Bridget Jones, and Clueless. I just think that's interesting, how much we go back to this well. There's a reason for it.
Austen gets it.
Oh, she gets it.
What does Noah call her? Like the queen?
So yes, we are talking Fire Island today. This film was directed by Andrew Ahn, our first Andrew Ahn film on the list, and we've got another one coming up next week. Starring Joel Kim Booster, our second Joel Kim Booster movie on the list. Bowen Yang, Conrad Ricamora, James Scully, and Margaret Cho. This was released on the 3rd of June 2022 on a budget of $10 million. There is no box office because this was direct to streaming. And it has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 94%.
Wow. Is that our highest so far?
Yep, by 2%. Can I give a little spoiler of things?
Please.
I've been ranking the movies as we go along. This is my favorite movie that we've covered so far.
Ooh.
IMDb describes this as a group of queer best friends gather in Fire Island Pines for their annual week of love and laughter. A sudden change of events might make this their last summer in gay paradise.
And Vanity Fair says, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice is the narrative basis for this queer romantic comedy written by and starring Joel Kim Booster. Set in the LGBTQ+ destination of Fire Island, Booster plays Noah, a proudly single nurse whose outlook on dating is rocked by the film's Mr. Darcy, Will, Conrad Ricamora. Faced with a similar transformation is Howie, Bowen Yang, whose burgeoning courtship with Charlie, James Scully, gets mixed reviews from his friends, including Keegan, Tomas Matos, Luke, Matt Rogers, and Max, Torian Miller. We made something really, really special and unique and gay, Booster told Vanity Fair of his celebratory rom-com. The fact that we did that feels miraculous considering what we were up against, added Yang. A Jane Austen narrative meeting an Asian American narrative meeting a queer narrative. Those 3 helices come together in a way that's greater than the sum of their parts. And to say that something is greater than a Jane Austen narrative is insane, unhinged of me to do, but I said it. Even wilder, the movie manages to prove just that. And that was written by Savannah Walsh.
I gotta say, I'm so glad you read that because I would have fallen on helices.
I looked it up. In British English, it is helices.
Helices.
So there you go.
Jumping into this movie, Nora sent me a text after watching this movie, and I think you said you were hooked in like the first 2 seconds.
The movie hadn't actually started yet, and I was hooked. It's that fanfare.
That fanfare. Oh my goodness. The spotlights, the music, and then just having this beautiful gay chorus over the fanfare just adds to the wonder that you're about to be in for this movie.
It sets it up perfectly, doesn't it? And then they do the countdown at the end of the credits.
I think also just the, like, I don't know, setting out your stall of, no, this is gay. Like, we're going gay with this.
Gay.
It's just a beautiful thing. Get out now, basically, if this is not your thing, is also the message that they send.
I was watching this movie with my father, as you do, and it got to some kind of more lurid moments, and he was like, it's amazing this is on Disney+.
I had the same thought.
In the US, it's on Hulu. I have my own feelings on streaming in general and how things can get dumped and lost, which is awful. But there is something wonderful about this being on Disney Plus, considering that probably about 20 years ago, this would have played at like a queer film festival and then be doomed to languish on an out-of-print DVD somewhere. You know, it's so nice that this film has a place and it's an accessible place and people can celebrate that.
Do films that are released direct to streaming get MPAA ratings?
Yes.
What is this one rated?
I would imagine it's an R.
I would also assume R, but I'm Googling and I cannot find it. Oh, no. R. Rated R for strong sexual content, language throughout, drug use, and some nudity.
Interestingly, there seems to be a little confusion whether films released direct to streaming are eligible to be nominated for Oscars or nominated for Emmys. This one was nominated for an Emmy as a TV movie. But sometimes streaming movies get bumped up and get that Oscar nomination.
Don't they do theatrical releases, like really limited ones, in order to make them eligible for Oscars?
Sometimes, but then COVID threw all that into confusion as well. The Golden Globes make it even more confusing because they'll nominate something as a theatrically released movie that the Emmys have nominated. This is all to say that, yeah, this was nominated for Best Movie Released for Television at the Emmys that year.
I'm not surprised. It's so good. So the first thing I noticed about this film, besides the fanfare, is that the guy that Noah is in bed with is one of the leads of a Netflix show that got canceled after one series called Partner Track, which I love. It's like Grey's Anatomy, but for lawyers. And it is sexy and fun. And for rom-com fans, I would recommend it.
It's another Asian-led show, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, yeah. I know the one you mean now. Yeah. It's that sexy lawyers like sexy doctors
exactly
that Grace has. Yes.
Like it's very work focused.
But they don't forget to play.
Yeah.
Also,
this film has definitely like launched like Camp and Jack.
But you're the token straight man, so stop it. Get it under wrap.
Hey.
You've got a brand to stay aligned with.
Who wants a brewski?
Perfect.
So wait, Nora, you hadn't seen this movie before?
No, I hadn't.
I saw it as a screener for the Independent Spirit Awards, where it was nominated for Best First Screenplay. And I was in the midst of watching lots of screeners at the time. So I think it kind of got lost for me in that. And I remembered it being good, but not quite as good as I found it this time. That's either a testament to the film or just you should watch it with your dad, because that makes it better.
Obviously. I think I also enjoyed it more this time around, and I don't know why, whether it's just it fits with watching it in the middle of summer or whatever it might be, but there were things I appreciated in it and just had a very enjoyable experience watching it. Not that I didn't enjoy it the first time, but going, oh no, this is a really good film, actually. A lovely thing to discover or rediscover. Yeah.
And it looks great.
Oh, it's so pretty.
This film does such a beautiful job of creating like this gay utopia. The way there are no cars, the way that everybody is just like living in these very nice places, luscious green atmosphere. You feel like you're in Neverland almost. Do you know what I mean?
It also feels like quite nostalgic. I mean, there's the whole plot line where he loses his phone in the pool and that kind of angle of it. Because they're in this weird bubble of Fire Island, it could be set 20 years ago to some degree as well, and it would look very similar.
There's a timelessness to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing about his phone, when it happened, I went, oh, Chekhov's phone. Like, this is going to cause conflict later. I cannot figure out the purpose of it other than having Will write him a handwritten letter, which Will is extra enough to do without having lost the phone.
It's kind of to isolate Noah. If he had his phone, perhaps he wouldn't be getting into the situations that he's getting into. Obviously, you can write around that. But to take away his phone is, I think, a very clever idea and a nice plot point. He has to go pick up Howie because he can't just call and see if he's okay. It just allows a little more hands-onness and also, not completely, but makes him a little more vulnerable.
Yeah, and I think to trace it back to like the Pride and Prejudice roots, it's some of the like toing and froing of it too, because he has to like get walked back to the house. It is that slowing of things down as well, cutting yourself off from, I guess, the mainland and real life as well, which is what the film does really well.
I do think it's the thing that allows him to grow.
I guess it also feeds into the conversation about them losing the house and that side of it takes them back in time a little bit to, I forget how many years they said they've been coming to this house, but it's almost like the nostalgia factor too of a simpler time when we would just hang out in the house. And he's got a really old phone as well, feeds into that as well.
Yeah, what part of me having an iPhone 6 in 2022 makes you think I can afford Apple Care?
Sorry, Nora, it's an iPhone 6 Plus.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my goodness.
He did go to the Plus. Yeah.
So they all met working at a brunch spot, and I love that, specifically for the flashback.
The prequel series.
Yeah, yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that flashback where they're holding the pitchers of orange juice and a guy just like off to the right side of the frame just goes, "Bottomless mimosas, bitches." Horrible.
It's so simple a moment, but you instantly get so much like context. Yeah, these are who these guys are. And we could all start writing that prequel series right now of like all the misadventures of that time, and almost whatever has happened in between kind of doesn't matter in a way. They're still those guys. It's the classic, you're still those guys when you're all together.
Oh yeah, I like that. I also like the other flashback. Like, this is a comedy. This is a really, really funny laugh out loud comedy. But there are also these really serious themes woven in. And one of them is racism, particularly racism towards Asian Americans.
And classism.
Yes. There's that flashback to the brunch where somebody calls, I think, Howie, like, "Hey, Jackie Chan, like, come over and refill my drink." And they both just start spitting into the orange juice pitchers and like drinking straight out of the pitchers. And I was like, what an icon.
Yeah.
As a person who used to wait tables, what a dream.
I wonder if a little bit of the reason I liked this movie more this watch is because I've just become more acquainted and in love with Bowen Yang. Genuinely one of my favorite people to see pop up in anything. One of my favorite SNL cast members at the moment. So funny, so strong, and is so great in this.
It is the classic of having your like best friend sidekick character absolutely steal the scene.
Yeah.
And similarly, I don't think I knew him as well when I first watched this film, because I think he has had such a like rise over the last couple of years.
He's in Wicked.
Everyone's in Wicked.
He's very funny in Wicked.
He is very funny. I kept watching this thinking about like, because there's the bit in this where he's like, "I'm 30. And I was like, how old are you supposed to be in Wicked?
You're supposed to be 18 in Wicked. Your Jonathan Bailey's like
I know.
36.
It might be my favorite part of that movie is that just everybody is just so much older than they need to be.
And I don't even care because they're all so good.
That's it. Like,
Jonathan Bailey could be 60 doing that role, and I'd be like, yes, please, more.
You're like, Jonathan, as long as you can wear those cream trousers, we don't care how old you are at this point.
We do not. I also love Bowen Yang.
That image when he's just like in the bathtub after the night out, for some reason, is just the iconic comedy image that I take away of him from this film. We've all been there.
I did like that they were hinting at the actors' outside lives, like talking Charlie through the SNL sketches or them referencing starting a podcast. Bowen Yang has a podcast called Los Culturistas with Matt Rogers, who plays Luke in this.
Yeah.
And Joel Kim Booster has appeared on that podcast a number of times.
The other hint to the real world is that we find out that Margaret Cho's character has lost all her money because she was an early investor in Quibi. Quibi is one of my favorite cultural touchstones of the past couple of years.
I got that joke because you explained it to me recently. I was like, I understand this reference. Please explain for listeners who might not be aware.
Oh my God, how do you explain magic? Like, Jeffrey Katzenberg, former head of DreamWorks, decided that he wants to get in on the streaming game, but he's going to do it a little differently. He's going to launch a platform that can only be watched on your phone, and all the episodes are like 10 to 15 minutes long because they were meant to be watched during commutes. That's why it's called Quibi. It was a shortening of Quick Bites, Quick Bits.
Oh.
Yes, it was a massive failure, partly because it launched mid-pandemic, a time in which nobody was commuting anywhere. Also, the things that were released on Quibi weren't exactly top-notch either. Anywho, this film was originally being developed as a Quibi series, and I'm so glad it's not.
Mm-hmm.
because everything that was on Quibi has either been deleted from the wild or been doomed to fall away. And thank goodness this one escaped that fate. That's Jack's Quibi corner.
We've all learned something.
Every day is a school day.
Yeah.
Genuinely, there are some great articles out there on Quibi. I fully tell you all to go and look them up. Also, research into the fake Quibi show, Jack Sparrow House. Somebody made a joke that there was a TV show in which like 14 guys dressed up as Jack Sparrow shared a house. And suddenly people start believing that was real and on Quibi. And maybe it should have been, because that kind of could have saved it.
Would watch 100%.
Going back to Erin having to sell the house on Fire Island, my note at that point was, she has to sell the house unless one of the boys marries Mr. Collins. But there was no Mr. Collins equivalent.
Mm.
And it makes me sad that that storyline got cut because everything else is really, really close to Pride and Prejudice.
I'd say like Will is almost into being the Mr. Collins type. Obviously, Mr. Darcy for the most part, but I had a feeling that they didn't do this, but Will's going to save that house.
Yeah.
Oh.
He got money. Everybody talks about how much money he got.
He must have family money, though, because he works for a non-profit.
They say he's got family money.
Oh, right. They do. Yeah. But oh my God, when he's explaining where he works and he says, oh, you know, I just do tenants' rights stuff for a nonprofit, nothing sexy. And I was like, au contraire. Well, that is incredibly sexy. Are you kidding?
You've gone so red.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting flustered at how hot that is.
To be honest, like, there's very little in this movie that Will does that isn't fucking hot.
I agree. Oh my God. Except super not hot to say mean things about Noah right at the beginning.
Yeah, I kind of hate that. I mean, it's Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
It doesn't actually feel like it tracks with his character very well.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like it's explained.
He's socially awkward, he's uncomfortable, and he was being a bit flippant and said something he didn't mean, which is a very Mr. Darcy move. So what he says is, Noah is not hot enough to be that annoying, which first of all, he is hot enough to be that annoying. And also is really not annoying.
No,
the other guys are more annoying.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like he's just lumped them in together.
So it comes off a bit odd, but I guess, we can explain it in that he's just like that awkward in that moment that he just says something stupid. And he's hot, so we forgive him.
The line in Pride and Prejudice is that Lizzie is tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me, I think. And I do like not hot enough to be that annoying as a modern update of that.
Yeah.
Nora, I thought your one thing that Will does that is not sexy is just flagrant disregard for his ice cream.
I was going to say that. Throws it. Not just once either.
Twice.
The scandal.
I was kind of waiting for a third time, to be honest.
If there is one thing about Will, that boy is gonna throw an ice cream cone every
Not at
chance
somebody,
he gets.
just into
the bushes.
Fucking littering. Rude. On Fire Island. We should be better than that.
The way he does it the second time, where he like pitches it into the bushes like he's a quarterback, like tossing off a football, and then just runs away in the most awkward way imagiable.
His tiny ice cream. I love the line of, didn't picture you as a tiny ice cream cone guy. And he throws it away.
It was melting. What a recommendation for him that we still find him hot.
Oh, yeah.
None of us
Even
got
if
the
you
ick.
Throw away a perfectly good ice cream. Even if it's tiny.
Ice cream.
Of course he's hot. He's got to keep that ice cream to keep him cool.
Yeah.
I think it helps too that he has such a wonderful deadpan face about him as well when he does it. Like he throws, there's kind of the panic, but there's also kind of nothing. He's just like, boom, it's gone. And he's gone too. And I just love his facial reactions and lack of them when he's like styling it out there or not styling it out at all.
I mean, Will's played by Conrad Ricamora, who I know very little about, but my God, give me more of him all the time. I believe he was in Oh, Mary.
Yeah, he's a Broadway guy, apparently.
He was in one of the it's Grey's, but it's not Grey's Anatomy, medical things on Netflix as like...
The Resident.
That's the one, yeah. And he was like somebody's long-lost son who comes in for a few episodes, but he was really good in that, and I remember loving him in that.
And he was in How to Get Away with Murder as well, which fits into that world. Yeah, I like him. And he's a Grammy Award nominee.
Yeah.
He's so good in this.
He's insanely good in this.
One change they kind of made between him and Mr. Darcy is that it is a lot clearer, a lot earlier that he is into Noah.
Yeah.
Like he does give it away more. He is a bit warmer, a bit more open than actual Mr. Darcy.
It's that scene where he gives him the water bottle.
Yes. And it's him kind of laughing at Noah's jokes off to the side, sort of quietly.
He is, I guess, a more, in his own weird way, flirty Mr. Darcy, even unintentionally, in that, like you say, we see him laugh at the jokes. We see him like, oh, I'm into him, but I'm not. And it's like, you get the back and forth within him a little bit more, I think. Again, a testament to his performance as well, of kind of, you can see his own wrestling with it quite easily, even though he gives in a little bit earlier than perhaps real Mr. Darcy. Are we calling him that now? It does.
Real Mr. Darcy.
Real Mr. Darcy.
I'm just double checking, but I think I actually did see Conrad Ricamora as Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, that'd be so good. Although, obviously too hot to play Seymour, but I think that's the fashion these days.
That ship has sailed, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm obsessed with this guy. I want all of this guy all the time now, please.
I read a fun bit of trivia, which is that apparently there was some pushback about this film not passing the Bechdel Test.
Because it doesn't.
The Bechdel Test, for people who aren't aware, is a way of measuring kind of feminism or presence of women in a film. And the rules are there have to be two women, they have to have a conversation with each other, and that conversation has to be about something that is not a man. So there was some pushback about this film not passing the Bechdel Test. And Alison Bechdel herself said, I am giving this film an exception because there is a scene where two gay men talk about Alice Munro and her book with a female protagonist. She's like, it's fine. It is fine. It passes.
She has spoken. So, that shuts down the discourse. I actually I have very strong opinions on gay films and women, should anyone care to hear them. I don't know how many years it's been now since The Inheritance, the play that Matthew Lopez directed.
Director of Red, White and Royal Blue.
Still unadulterated rage at the treatment of women in that play, which is a separate tangent. But I also give this film a pass because my theory I built based on that play, which chucks a woman in and reduces women's part in the AIDS pandemic to a 5-minute scene that I really hated. My analysis of that approach is, if you want to do a play or a film that is about gay men in gay men's bubble, that's a legitimate story. And you cannot have women in that because you're telling the story of gay men in gay men's bubble, and that works for the story that you're telling. But equally, we've got a really cool kick-ass woman in this story as well, and I'm kind of fine with that because she exists as a character in her own right. That is my rant on gay films and plays and their treatment of women.
And let us not forget the angry lesbian on the water taxi at the end.
There's also the angry lesbian at the end, and every film needs an angry lesbian at the end. That's a hill I will die on. She is a valid part of that film.
Oh my God. From now on, we should talk about where we could fit an angry lesbian in at the end of every movie.
Just shouting. Yeah.
If we code the water taxi as female, then maybe this passes the Bechdel test.
Well, seafaring vessels, boats are female.
Good point.
Traditionally.
The sea is female.
Yeah. Angry lesbians and the sea are a key set of characters in this film.
And could we argue that there is nowhere where we're better connected with Mother Gaia than on Fire Island?
Also this.
We could argue that.
Yeah. But also, as a tangent to my other rant, I feel like if you added more women other than the angry lesbian who is our new queen, obviously, into this, it would feel more tokenistic because it'd just be, here's the girl best friend added in because we realised we needed another woman, or here's a token couple of lesbian characters for some reason inexplicably hanging out in the all-male gay bar on Fire Island as well, which I would be more angry at that than the fact that there's one cool female character in this and then an angry lesbian at the end.
And I think you bring up the point of tokenism. I love this movie because nothing really feels tokenistic about it. everybody feels like they are there for a reason. Though one of my notes is, I would like to be the token straight man with this crew.
Yeah.
I would like to hang out with these guys.
They'd be so fun.
It would be a dream.
And you just get a tour, like the royal tour of the gay clubs on Fire Island, and just experience as an observer, like you're in a nature documentary, just being like, this is what happens. Okay.
The best tour of the drugs available as well.
Yes.
I love that sequence so much where he's explaining everybody's different drugs that they are on.
Yes.
It's so funny. And it also leads to the biggest laugh I had in the movie, which is Howie sitting on MDMA, just saying, I love Neighbours 2. It's one of the few sequels that surpasses the original. And I died because it's so funny. And also, what a wonderful thing about this is just how natural so much of the dialogue sounds. And yeah, I could be yelling that about Neighbours too. I read an article where Bowen was talking about the references to SNL, and he's like, is this too wink, wink, nudge, nudge? I'm on it, and I'm talking about it. And Joachim Booster's response was, that's what we would talk about, though. Like, that's what we would talk about in real life. I also went and watched Gays in Space. Solid stuff.
We haven't actually talked about Howie's love story yet.
Bring it on.
Howie is Jane, and Charlie is Bingley. And oh my God, they both need to be protected at all costs.
Yes.
I loved them so much.
Do you know who doesn't need to be protected, though? Cooper and Brayden.
Oh my God, Brayden. Excuse me, can I help you? Get a new line, Brayden. Brayden sucks. Cooper sucks. Cooper is Caroline Bingley in the Pride and Prejudice world, who also sucks.
Excellently cast, though, because easily hateable face as well.
Yes.
The kind of beauty that makes you want to punch him in the nose.
Yes.
Same with the guy who plays Charlie's ex. Easily hateable. His entire performance is just like so, like when he meets Howie and Noah and is like, oh, you guys like twins dating, and you're like, oh.
Yes.
Charlie and Will's friends suck.
You sort of have an intervention to like separate you from these people and their punchable faces.
Truly, like get some new friends, which thankfully they do.
Yeah.
You know? But I adore Charlie. I don't know if anyone else recognized the actor James Scully. He plays 40 Quinn in season 2 of You on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
And I loved him in that. And in You, he's playing the hateable character. And in this, he is just the most lovable person I have ever seen.
He's so charming in this. It's just so sweet.
So sweet.
The scene where they do a puzzle.
Yes. I love the complexity of, I guess, the different types of relationships that it gives us as well. And the kind of, again, we've touched on like the classism and stuff and the racism side of it, but also the things like body image that come up in all of that as well. And the kind of, as much as these are they're all going out, they're taking a lot of drugs, they're doing a lot of crazy shit on Fire Island, but also it breaks down that idea that all of the gay men are behaving the same way, that have relationships the same way. And I think that's one of the things at the heart of their relationship that is just so lovely as well.
I agree. And Noah makes the point about how there are all these different things that create class within the gay community, and it's body type, and it's money, and it's race. And I thought that was all really fascinating as kind of a look into this culture that I'm not a part of.
You're on the Captain Straight Man expedition with me.
What? Yes. Obviously, as a queer female, I'm not as embedded in it, but I'm aware of it. And just things like, it's just been Pride season, and the way that I know gay men that I'm friends with feel pressure to like diet, to look a certain way, to go out clubbing for a couple of nights at a Pride event because you're going to be seen by people and you have to present in a certain way, and all of the complexities within that. And on some ways, I love the complexities of there are different pockets of the community and people find their identities through that. But on the flip side, that so much of that is based on how you look on a really superficial level is really frustrating to feel as well, especially for a community that's trying to, I guess, be like, hey, we can do things differently to how we've always been told. But then that gets reduced to like, do you have a six pack? Which is, frustrating.
It's a really interesting viewpoint in this film.
And it's so real because every oppressed group has that infighting and that hierarchy and structure. And it just seems so nonsensical, but it is what happens.
And again, like Fire Island itself being like the microcosm of that as well, because in your everyday life, you kind of can pick and choose how much you're engaging with it in a given week, I'd imagine. But on Fire Island, there's no escaping it in this, the duration of the time they're there. And I think it really does put a spotlight on that sort of darker side of it and the sort of flaws in creating a subculture, but that's not going to be without its issues, which it does really sensitively, I think.
There's that comment that Keegan makes on the boat about this: no fats, no femmes, no Asians. And that's such a snappy way to make the point they're trying to make.
Yeah.
And he says to Noah, you're still two of the three. And the way Noah laughs at that moment, it's such a tiny moment, but it was such a like, I know his character, I know their relationship. It was just such good storytelling.
And I think, again, a lot of these actors are bringing a lot of that experience of all the layers of how this has worked in their lives. And again, you can kind of see something that gay films, not to put an umbrella term on it, don't always address in the way that this film does, even while this is dressed up in the really funny, romantic, lovely film that it is, that you can have that serious undertone and those conversations to take away from it.
Something I really liked, the five guys who were the five Bennett sisters in our Pride and Prejudice world. And I think it's so funny they call each other sisters as a little like homage.
And Margaret Cho calling them all her babies.
Yeah, and she's Mrs. Bennett, obviously.
And Mr. Bennett.
That's true, yeah, she's both. Erin is actually pretty chill in comparison to Mrs. Bennett, but is still just as funny. I really liked how they adapted that character. But the five of them, Tomas Matos, who plays Keegan, I looked at his Instagram very briefly, and there was a video where someone had criticized the character that Tomas had played on And Just Like That, calling it a stereotype. And the response was like, oh, well, that's just me. I was playing myself. Are you calling me a stereotype? Because I wonder if there was similar criticism of the role of Keegan in this, sort of being this like ultra camp, 4-inch heels.
I do think that is an issue, again, speaking as a straight white male, but it is the difficulty of calling out some stereotyping when people are just like, well, actually, that's what I'm like, especially when it's coming from a creator or a creative who exists within that world. It's very different if I write that character.
Camp gay men exist. And I think if we go too far the other way by being like, oh, well, you can't put a super camp gay man who likes to do drag or yada, yada, yada in a film because that's too stereotypical, you're also then erasing representation. I always go back to things like, Jack McFarland in Will and Grace. Like, is that a perfect portrayal of a gay man? Well, it's a portrayal of a gay man who is an approximation, I think it's fair to say, of what the actor also embodies in real life. And he sort of spoke on that at the time. And it's the same sort of thing. We can't erase the things that have contributed to stereotypes because they are in people. And also it's a fun story of one of the sort of characters who makes up this ensemble. We're not sort of basing a whole thesis on what gay men are like just based on him doing a bit of fun dancing on Fire Island. Like,
exactly.
Indeed, everybody was portrayed in that way.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
They're all so different. They are all like whole human beings. And speaking of the other sisters, quote unquote, so Luke is, of course, Lydia, Keegan is Kitty, and Max is Mary, although is a lot more fun than actual Mary, gotta say.
Interesting that the initials line up.
Yeah. So yeah, it is indicated in the initials, although they didn't do that with Noah and Howie. And they did with pretty much every other character. So Will is Fitzwilliam Darcy, Charles Bingley.
What about Dex?
I don't remember Mr. Wickham's first name, but Dex is, of course, Mr. Wickham. Yeah, Dex is awful.
Yes.
And worse, I think, than Mr. Wickham. Because my understanding of Mr. Wickham is that he is trying to find women to prey on financially. Although in Pride and Prejudice, Lydia does not have money. So anything he does with her is clearly not financially motivated. So actually, he is a bit of a sexual predator in that way.
Is he worse than Daniel Cleaver?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
Nothing cuts me more than the bit when Bridget finds that girl and she just goes, I thought you said she was thin. And that is the moment for me where I'm just like, that's the worst thing I've seen ever happen to someone on film.
I mean, Daniel Cleaver does leave Bridget in a Thai prison.
That's true.
True.
But
yeah.
Dex posts essentially revenge porn.
Is it revenge?
It would fall under revenge porn laws, but it's not actually revenge. It's non-consensual content for his OnlyFans. But that's horrific.
Yes, it is.
Like truly, truly disturbing to the point that I was like, wow, that's actually shifted the tone of the film.
I think you're right. There's something where, like, if he's just screwing people out of money somehow, that's one thing. But it is the, like, almost needless way that this revenge porn element comes into play that makes him just really vile as a character.
And also, why wouldn't Will have said anything? He goes, oh, well, my friend didn't want us to talk about it. He was embarrassed. Yeah, but at that point, if you know that someone is sexually assaulting people, essentially, that makes you negligent if you don't speak up about it.
Now we are just like coming up with more reasons to not find Will hot.
But he makes up for it with his like Legally Blonde move.
It's true.
He does.
Then he loses points again for not knowing what Legally Blonde is, which I agree is a huge red flag.
I mean, he doesn't know who Marissa Tomei is.
That's death.
That heads up sequence is so funny and so good. And them just doing the lines from My Cousin Vinny. It's so funny.
My favorite part was when he goes, Laura Dern, and they go, yeah, we get it, you're gay.
Laura Dern, and then Rosie Perez.
You got Alicia Vikander, but you didn't get Marissa Tomei.
That's the problem with culture. I would be able to think, well, I know I'm not normal, but I'd be able to think of Marissa Tomei before I thought of Rosie Perez.
Yes.
I love Rosie Perez, but come on. Oh, my thing on Dex is, honestly, needs more of a comeuppance.
Yeah, getting pushed into the pool and having his waterproof phone thrown into the pool.
Yeah.
Not sufficient.
Love the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And also being, like, threatened with fake legal action.
I mean, where is that angry lesbian when we need her, to be honest? Like,
yes.
Oh my God, that's where she was off to. That's why she had to get there in a hurry. She had to go kill him.
And as Aaron says, lesbians never forget. Much like elephants. Ooh, another quote. I'm just looking at my list. When he's talking to Will about the book and they're having their moment, he says, somehow I'm mad and horny. Yes. And that, listeners, is the thesis statement of Pride and Prejudice. Beautifully summed up in that moment.
It reminds me of one of my favorite lines from this is, I didn't know we were arguing, so let me win.
Okay, you win.
I fucking love that.
Hot.
Yeah.
Can I offer you, can I trade a Crest White strip for a prep pill?
Might I say, you must have strong bones. Just my knees.
And then Noah's face is like, he's like, no, don't say that.
So funny. And finally, I think this is the last line I have written down. Do you know who Amy Schumer is? Which gets brought up again later on.
Emily, did you notice Joel Kim Booster's tattoo?
No.
On his shoulder. It's like a line of text. And it is a Jane Austen quote from Mansfield Park of Rears and Vices, I saw enough. And it is a pun about anal sex in the Navy. Excellent. Rear admirals, vice admirals, ranks in the Navy, but also rears and vices. Wow. Yeah. And it is a tattoo as opposed to one they put on for the character. It is one Joel Kim Booster has. So he actually really has deeply invested in this connections between Jane Austen and gay culture. He wrote an essay about it, which I really enjoyed.
I mean, he wrote a movie about it.
Yes. Yes, but it wasn't it'd be fun to do a gay Pride and Prejudice. This is a real ongoing area of interest for him.
Well, I think you can tell how much he cares about that story and how much he has related to it. I think it's actually going to be something really interesting as we cover more of these adaptations going down the line and seeing the connections. And in fact, I'm really excited to get to our episode on just Emma in general, because I'm very curious to see why on this list we have just one straight adaptation. And I mean straight as in direct.
Not as in heterosexual. Yes, thank you for clarifying.
But also,
yeah. But I think there is like a bit of a movement around like queer narratives not reclaiming in the traditional sense or just queering older stories, but trying to find those threads. Like I often call them like the hidden histories, and not to say that, you know, Austen was actually writing queer narratives, but just those threads of queerness across different, you know, stories to hang on to. And I do find it fascinating that then, like you say, this film comes out of that, not just as a, hey, wouldn't it be cute to do Pride and Prejudice on Fire Island, but from a place of this has always or has resonated with me for a long time, let's explore it kind of way, which there's nothing wrong with, like you say, a straight up in either direction adaptation there that is just for fun, but actually one that comes from a place of, oh, for some reason this story has resonated with my lived experience, even though technically I'm miles away from a mother trying to marry off her 5 daughters, is a fascinating queering of things as well.
Oh, there's one more little Pride and Prejudice reference that I loved. So at the beginning, when Howie is saying that he wants the rom-com stuff, he lists like kissing in the rain, someone with a boombox outside my window, confessing things in a gazebo. Confessing things in a gazebo is, of course, a reference to the 2005 Pride and Prejudice, when Darcy first proposes to Lizzie in that gazebo scene in the rain.
The other references, of course, are 4 Weddings and a Funeral and Say Anything. Say Anything, rudely not on this list.
Rude.
The bit that I absolutely love is the end exchange between them, where he's also like, basically, I don't want to do monogamy. I don't want to do the traditional thing. And just from having this very queer narrative that can be absolutely enjoyed by anyone, even if you're not embedded in that world, as we have obviously proven. But just that idea of introducing that non-heteronormative approach to having this relationship going forward, just that makes me want to like punch the air in excitement for a queer film that doesn't feel the need to heteronormalize it in that sense, especially because we know that it's a Pride and Prejudice. It would have been very easy to, and I say this as a Bridget Jones lover, a Bridget Jonesify it in that sense and make it all neat and lovely. But there's something that scratches an itch in my brain of like, oh, I love that he said that, even if it goes over the heads of some people watching the film, of like, I'm not messing with that monogamy nonsense, basically, you know, from his point of view.
I loved it too. Yeah, because sometimes romance stories sort of present this idea that falling in love will cure you of your personality. You know, or of your preferences or of your philosophies or approach to life. Like people go, oh, I just don't want a relationship right now until they find the one. And it is possible that you can be who you are fully and also be in a loving relationship.
I will say I've been searching for a cure for my personality for a long time.
And it's never happened.
And sadly, it's terminal.
Alas.
It's with me and slowly killing me.
Yes. And also, I guess that feeds back into the roots of it all too, in that they're not ultimately trying to change each other at the end of it either. We have like come to this agreement of both of you still have issues with your personality going forward. This is not going to solve everything, but you're kind of doing it together, and that's nice. To loop it back to a Bridget Jones line, it's the I love you just as you are moment of it.
Oh, yes.
Which I had the biggest argument with my flatmate in uni over in the film. She thinks it was the most insulting line that a man could ever say to a woman. And I still think it's the most wonderful line a man could say to a woman is, I love you just as you are, with all of your mess and all of your shit, basically.
I agree.
I was going to say, you bringing that up, I was like, oh, we've had the sweetest line from Bridget Jones and the meanest line from Bridget Jones in one episode.
I love that. I love the I love you just as you are. I actually had a similar moment this morning where my partner said the most romantic thing he's ever said to me. I was running late. I was stumbling around. I was like clanking dishes like I was trying to be as loud as possible. And he woke up and I said, I'm really sorry that I woke you up. And he said, I never don't want to be aware of you.
Oh.
And then just rolled over and went back to sleep. And I was like, oh, it was the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. And I think that has similar energy.
Definitely.
I'm quite teary-eyed after that.
Right?
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. I probably won't even remember it if I mention it later.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh my goodness.
Should we move to our next segments, or does anyone have any notes they haven't brought up?
I guess all I've got is just like the dialogue in this movie is great.
It's so good.
Yes.
I mean, we've already gone through, and the sunset countdown is great.
The sunset countdown, my favorite part of the entire film.
I remember when it started, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to time this right.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, well, I suddenly realized it, and I was like, oh, that's lovely. These characters come alive and sparkle, and you just want to spend all your time with them.
It's the specificity of that countdown. That is just something like you and your friends would do. That is a real specific thing. And I think sometimes people think that the more generic something is, the more relatable or universal it is. And it's actually the opposite. You want that specificity for us to really relate to it.
Yeah. It even ties back into what I was saying in our Defending Your Life episode, in that we don't know who these characters are. We don't know their inner lives. But when something happens that we don't completely understand, they play it so strong that we're like, that character exists. And it's the same like with this countdown. They've done it for years. We don't question it. Love it. Love this movie.
So the soundtrack is incredible.
It is.
And I think we're going to struggle to pick best songs for this.
I just went super traditional, super gay, and just went, it's got to be Donna Summer, Last Dance. Like, I just leaned in.
It's a strong choice. It's the closing song.
I'm going back to the soundtrack because you stole mine. I'm such a disco kid. I love me some Donna Summer. And as soon as it comes on, you're like, yeah, this is such a nice way to wrap this up. And they all start dancing because it's the last dance of the movie.
It was very nice.
Nora, go.
I liked the cover of Pure Imagination.
That was my second choice.
But I also liked the cover of Sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Howie and Luke and Keegan sing it at karaoke, and then it plays again when Charlie makes his big romantic gesture, which is really lovely. And also the Charlie XCX boys. So really, there were a bunch of great options.
Yeah, throw me in for Pure Imagination.
Cool. It's yours.
It's a lovely way to start that trip off.
Great. That was efficient. Well done, everybody. Should we would do, wouldn't do, have done? Emily, would you like to kick us off? What would you do?
I would pick the ambiguous nature of the relationship going forward as my end to the love story.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
We know that they're ending happily on Fire Island, but we don't know what's happening next when they get off the island. And I would pick that for my love story too.
I love that as like a writer's would do.
Yes.
Love that angle. Jack, what about you?
I would want my friends to be happy, always.
Oh my God. That's so nice. Mine is so stupid in comparison to you two.
Yes!
I would eat cheese in a hot tub.
Yay!
Oh my God, do you know how close I was to writing that down?
That's so lovely, both of you.
Eating cheese is valid too.
Yeah. The thing is, I would eat cheese anywhere. I would eat it on a hot tub. I would eat it during a back rub. I would
in a house with a mouse.
Yeah.
I would not share my cheese with a mouse.
But they love cheese.
But that's the reason they take too much of it.
Okay.
You've reached my limit here, Nora.
Emily, what wouldn't you do?
I wouldn't sleep in anyone's bathtub because I'm too old for that nonsense now.
He's too old for it. He's 30.
That's true.
That's a 20-something's game.
It is.
I wouldn't go to Fire Island because that is not my space.
Yeah, it's not for you.
It's not for me.
It's not.
Captain Straight Man explores many unseen territories. Leave it for the gays.
We respect that. I wouldn't take a random pill that someone found on the floor.
Yes.
It's like, I'm not really a drugs person.
You wouldn't take you wouldn't take a pill.
Well, but the thing is, if I was going to do hard party drugs, I would want to know exactly what I was taking so that I could be prepared.
I think here's my argument for you. If you
no.
if you were regularly taking drugs, you wouldn't mind.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Emily, what have you done?
I have been the guy everyone teases for their lack of relationships. I have been Bo and Yang, and I'm okay with that because it's Bo and Yang as well.
It's okay to be Bo and Yang.
It's okay to be Bo and Yang. Yeah,
It's more than okay.
exactly.
Jack.
I have done something colossally stupid to let someone know my feelings.
Oh, that's very sweet too.
I've started going very sweet on these because the more I watch these movies, the more I'm like, that's really sweet. I love that. When at the beginning of the movie, when Bo and Yang is talking about like, I like the rom-com stuff, and Noah saying, oh, it doesn't happen in real life, but it does.
Yeah.
We just have to make it happen. Our lives can be rom-coms. Our lives can be funny. Our lives can be beautiful. And that's all I want out of my life. Is it so much to ask for a funny, beautiful life?
But did you go so big and so stupid that Joel Kim Booster went, no, too big, too stupid, pull it back?
I mean, I feel like most people, when they see me do anything, they're like, no, too big, too stupid. Big and stupid is very much my game.
So my have done relates to a quote. I don't remember who said it, but someone says, well, you are more likely to get murdered in your own home. And the response is, that's why I never host. And my have done is I have gone all actually with statistics about murder.
What you have done was I have been murdered in my own home.
Not yet. But I like to tell my boyfriend that he is statistically the most likely person to murder me.
You've also told me that I am like high up on the statistics of people to murder you.
Yeah, you are. People you know are statistically more likely to murder you than people you don't know.
So if you're listening to this podcast, welcome to Serial.
If you're listening to this podcast, we have not been running long enough and are not successful enough that probably anyone who doesn't know us is listening to this podcast. So watch out. Do we want to do a best kiss?
Oh, I would happily do a best kiss. It's been a while since we've done a best kiss.
Yeah, we always run out of time because we get too excited talking about the movies. So every year in the MTV Movie Awards, there is a Best Kiss award. Since it is Jack's favorite award.
It is my favorite award, though it has gone downhill in recent years since they started letting TV in.
And I can tell you, so there are 4 nominees, 1 winner, and 2 of the nominees are TV.
Okay, so this is 2022. So we are looking at stuff from early 2022 and late 2021. So we're in proper lockdown mode. Who is kissing? It's not going to be like West Side Story.
No. So 2 TV shows, 2 big budget, blockbustery type movies, and 1 kiss involves an animal. Did you look up these answers, Emily?
I did, yes.
Okay. So if you have any better hints than me, feel free to throw them in.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to get the TV shows because I famously hate TV.
The 2 TV shows are Euphoria and Emily in Paris.
I have seen one of those shows.
Which one?
Emily in Paris.
That makes sense. Give me some movies.
Big budget movies. And big budget is interesting in that time period. You've got like Spider-Man, but it's not Spider-Man because,
What if it's Spider-Man?
Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yes. Tom Holland and Zendaya.
God, what a weak-ass kiss. Does that win?
No, that is a nominee.
I find the Marvel movies so fucking asexual.
So the other movie on the nominees is not a Marvel movie, but is like similar energy.
DC? Who's Wonder Woman kissing? No, it's not. That was 2020. So
think about me and things that I like.
So you like vampires.
You're actually not far off.
Yeah. Yeah. The Batman.
The Batman.
Not entirely a kiss I would nominate. I wouldn't say it titillized me, but
Titillated?
No, titillized. I'm sticking with that.
Stick to your guns.
Do you not get titillized?
This is all giving me wonderful context to either watch it or not in the future.
I love it.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Just not a titillizing kiss.
Fair.
I'm kind of annoyed West Side Story isn't on this list.
Yeah, West Side Story should be on the list.
The kiss at the end of America, that's fucking hot.
West Side Story is definitely not asexual, I'll tell you that.
Oh, no. So I haven't guessed the winner. Someone kissing an animal. Is it like a traditional animal? Would I find this animal in the home?
You would, but not everyone would want this animal in their home.
Like a snake.
Yes.
A snake is involved in this kiss. Have you seen this movie?
I have not, and I will never.
Me either.
This is not me and Emily's vibe, this movie.
Is this my vibe?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. This was like in my top 10 movies of that year. I love this movie. Jackass Forever?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that Jack's film tastes are simultaneously so sophisticated and so unsophisticated.
Firstly, rude. It is not an unsophisticated movie. And actually, I thought about this. I thought about Jackass while watching Fire Island.
Do tell.
You rarely see men who are so comfortable just hanging around each other, balls out, naked. When everybody was like hanging out on the boat, like in their Speedos and whatnot, I was like, it's very Jackass. This is how the Jackass crew hang out.
And on that note, everyone.
Run, don't walk.
5-star movie. Love the whole franchise. Also, is it MTV pulling the strings? It's an MTV movie.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
The politics of the MTV Movie Awards.
Shocking.
I will say, of the nominees, I would give it to Jackass Forever.
There we go.
I remember I was thinking about Jackass Forever. I was like, I'm not going to write that down in my notes because it won't come up in the show.
No.
You wouldn't bring it up.
I wouldn't.
And yep, here we are.
Here we are.
Rom-com Bradow.
Yes.
You know, we have to. 'Tis the law.
Mm-hmm.
The Rom-com Bradow is our scientifically accurate scale on where we rate each movie that we cover. Firstly, on a scale of 1 to 5, on 3 different points: chemistry, supporting characters, and plot. And then we have the romantic comedy scale. On a scale of 0 to 100, we find out where this movie sits, closer to 0 being more romantic, and closer to 100 being more comedic, and 50 being the ultimate rom-com. Emily, could you give us your feeling on the chemistry of the main characters in this movie?
I went a solid 4, just in the sense of they're pretty damn good. We don't see them together for enough of it to tip to a 5 to me. That was my only reason for not.
Nora?
I said 5. I was also counting Howie and Charlie as main characters in this.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And we do see enough of them, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, 5 for me.
5 banger. Loved it. Loved the chemistry. The handwritten letter, hottest thing I've seen in a movie we've covered so far.
Nice.
Honestly, watch me melt. Up until we get to like the sandwich and the idea of you. And what I adore about this movie is it celebrates so many different kinds of love.
Yeah.
So you've got friendships, places, nostalgia, and then just classic romance. And I think the chemistry, it's between everybody. There's a chemistry with the world in this movie. And I love that.
That's beautiful.
So, supporting characters, Emma.
Solid 5, no question. Perfection. Ensemble cast there. No notes.
Nora?
I put 4 down, but I'm wondering if I've put it too low.
It's a 5 for me. I love the characters that you love. I hate the characters that you hate.
Oh, you're right.
I love the angry lesbian.
Yeah, 5 just for her. No, you're right. It is a 5.
She changed the face of cinema for us. And plot.
I gave this one a 4 just because I feel purists of Pride and Prejudice would have some quibbles and there's some bits cut out, but it's a very close to 5-4, I would say, for me.
Nora?
Similar. So I went 4.5. And the only thing I'm knocking is that I thought we're going to lose the house element was actually a little bit underexplored for me.
That's interesting. It's 5 across the board for me. 5 for Fire Island. 5 Island. For me, on your point about the Pride and Prejudice purists, fuck them.
Valid.
We have many an adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. We got those. I don't mind someone looking into that world again and saying well, what can I pick out to enhance that storytelling for a modern audience? And I think it does that super well and is so gripping, and you care about the characters who are going through the plot. The house, I don't care.
Tell us how you really feel.
What? I like about the ending of this movie is, whilst that might be the last summer of this type, they are ready to move on to the Star Trek The Next Generation, Fire Island. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the rom-com scale. Emily, where did this land for you?
I gave it a 60 because I felt it felt a tiny bit more comedy than romance, just a tiny bit.
I said 55.
I went 50.
I almost did. It's just a smidge.
I was caught up in the romance and I was laughing all the way through. And it's funny because the last thing I gave a 50 to, it was Kissing Jessica Stein. That movie, I was like, I don't really laugh that much and I didn't really feel the romance. It's a complete different 50 from that one.
This is the closest I've gotten to 50.
Yeah, I think it does it really well. Solid laughs, solid loves. Emily, is there anything you'd like to plug before we say goodbye?
Oh, only I write on queer TV and media more broadly. I have books on Schitt's Creek, on the work of Russell T Davies, and coming next year, I'll look at queer TV as an umbrella term. So keep an eye out for that, called Out of the Box.
Oh, it's a good title.
Should people follow you on social media to get more
Definitely. Probably the best place, given the hellscape that is social media, is Instagram. And I'm just under my name, Emily Garside, so you can find me there.
Amazing. And we'll put a link to that in the episode description as well so people can find you. Yay. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Thank you for having me to talk all things rom-com and Fire Island.
This has been When Rom Met Com. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at When Rom Met Com. There are links there to the Vanity Fair article, to our Letterboxd, and any other fun things that we want to share. You can DM us or send us an email at mail@whenrommet.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the films, what rom-coms you think should have made the list, your best would-dos, wouldn't-dos, and have-dones, or anything else you'd like to hear about. If you've had a nice time today, please consider leaving us a review or following us wherever you get your podcasts. Next time, we'll be discussing number 34, The Wedding Banquet. Thanks for listening, and remember, we don't hate you. Not even a little bit. Not even at all. See you next time.